We laughed with them in the basement. The jokes, the pranks, the friendship between teenagers in the 1970s. That 70s show seemed to be just a nostalgic comedy about friendship, youth, and fun, but behind the cameras, the reality was very different. Some members of the cast lived through stories that feel like the script of a drama. A star sentenced to 30 years in prison for rape. An actress who fell into a cycle of addiction and arrests before dying at 43. Controversial relationships that still spark debate today, and one actor who seems to have been the only one to keep his distance from all of it. Today we're going to reveal the dark side of that 70s show and the stories Hollywood would rather Before we talk about the scandals, let's go back to 1998. That was the year that 70s show premiered. A comedy set in the 1970s, the series followed a group of friends in a small town in Wisconsin. Among them, Eric Forman, Donna Pinchotti, Michael Kelso, Jackie Burkhart, Stephen Hyde. Much of the action took place in the famous basement of Eric's house. There they talked, laughed, argued, and planned their future. The chemistry between the actors was so strong that many fans believed they were inseparable friends off-screen as well. But as the years went by, reality revealed something very different. The fall of Danny Masterson. The first major scandal involves Danny Masterson, who played the sarcastic Stephen Hyde. For years he was one of the fans' favorite characters, but in 2023, his career ended in a devastating way. He was convicted of 2 rapes committed in the early 2000s. The accusations claimed he had drugged women to leave them unable to react. The first trial, in 2022, ended with a hung jury. But in May 2023, a new trial began. This time, the outcome was different. Masterson was found guilty on September 7, 2023. Judge Charlene Olmedo announced the sentence, 30 years to life in prison. He will only be eligible for parole after about 25.5 years. During the hearing, the victims made emotional statements. One of them said the abuse destroyed her trust, her mental health, and her life. Another said the actor used his celebrity status to intimidate victims today. Masterson is serving his sentence at the California Men's Colony in California. The fall was fast and brutal, from TV star to convicted rapist, but the case sparked even more controversy when other cast members decided to defend him. Controversy. The letters sent to the court. Asking for leniency were 2 that shocked the public. One written by Ashton Kutcher. And another by Milike Unis. In the letters, the 2 described Masterson as an honorable man, a role model, an incredible father and husband. They said they had known him for more than 25 years, but when the letters became public, the reaction was immediate. Many people accused the couple of minimizing the crimes and ignoring the victims' suffering. The controversy was even greater because Ashton Kutcher was known for his work fighting sexual exploitation through the organization Thorn. Days later,
we
Kutcher
are
and
aware
Kunis
of
released a
the
video.
pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or reach homicize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
Apologizing, they said they wrote the letters only to describe the person they had known for decades, but the damage that had already been done. Kutcher eventually stepped down from the position he held at the organization.
It's going to affect all of us, and frankly, I don't understand.
The tragedy of Lisa Robin Kelly. Another sad story involves Lisa Robin Kelly. She played Laurie Forman, Eric's sarcastic sister. In
the character was
early years
loved
of
by
the show.
men,
She
hated
was
by
one of the
women,
most
and enjoyed by
charismatic
that
characters.
70s fans.
But off camera, her life was falling apart. Around 2001, she suffered a miscarriage, according to the actress herself. That event triggered a deep
Look like
depression.
you're on drugs. Were you on drugs?
Absolutely not. There is nothing that I was on or abusing at that time.
It was during that time that problems with alcohol and drugs began. Her relapses started to affect her work. She began missing recordings and was eventually replaced by Christina Moore. In the following years, her life became a cycle of addiction, arrests, attempts at rehabilitation between 2010 and 2013. She was arrested multiple times. Her mugshots shocked fans. The glamorous television actress now looked completely different. In August 2013, Kelly decided to try to recover once again. She checked herself into a rehabilitation clinic in California, but only 2 days later, on August 15, 2013, she was found dead. She was only 43 years old. The official report concluded that the cause of death was accidental multiple drug intoxication. Wilmer Valderrama's controversial relationships. A name frequently mentioned in controversies is Wilmer Valderrama, who played Fez. Over the years, he had relationships with celebrities much younger than him. One of the most talked about cases was with Lindsay Lohan when they were first seen together. He was 24, she was 17. Another highly debated relationship was with Demi Lovato.
I'm 15, why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
According to interviews and reports, Wilmer met Demi Lovato in January 2010 when she was 17 and he was 29. However, Demi says they didn't start dating until
They met when Demi was 17 and he was 29. The relationship lasted around 6 years. In 2022, Demi released the song 29, which many interpreted as a critical reflection on the relationship. The cast 21 among all the cast members. One always seemed different. Topher Grace, who played Eric Forman, while many of his co-stars attended Hollywood parties.
Only quitters quit.
So, can I work?
Well, we're sure as hell gonna find out now, aren't we?
Topher preferred to leave once he finished filming his scenes. He left the show in season 7 to focus on movies. One of his most famous roles was the villain, Venom, in the film Spider-Man 3. For years, rumors circulated that he wasn't very close to the rest of the cast. But after the scandals, many fans began to see that distance in a different way. On the 23 o'clock, that 70s show looked like just a light comedy about friendship. But off-camera, the cast lived through stories marked by scandals, addictions, controversies, personal tragedies, and perhaps the greatest irony is this. While audiences laughed at the adventures in the basement, the reality behind the series was far from a comedy.